something like I've never shared before. I remember coming from home at lunch break, 8 cop cars SWAT on my street, and my house was raided.
Today, we are in the presence of an absolute weapon. Bought and flipped his first condo at 21 years old, did $1 million in real estate his first year in business, Mr. Jay McNabb.
I appreciate that, brother. The masses, their mind sees opportunity on like Black Friday. My brain is wired right now to see opportunities every day. Sometimes you need to block out the outside noise and stay true to yourself and just never give up. Life's good as a little boy and whatnot. And then I saw problems start to occur. We lost our house. We lost everything. And most importantly, I lost my mom to drugs. My mom went to jail. My why is that I'm gonna never let something like this happen to my family. My mom's 10 years sober. I bought my mom a house. I'd done everything I set out to do, and I could be that man I wanted to be, but that I couldn't when I was a young boy. If you have some past pain, turn it into purpose and dig deep.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Price to Sell podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Campoli. And today, on the couch, we're bringing you another really big guest because that's what we do. And before we get into the guest, you guys need to do some stuff for me right now. So drop everything you're doing. Like, subscribe, share. Share this with your friends, family, pets, all of them. And don't waste time. But back to the guest now. Back to the guest. So today we are in the presence of an absolute weapon, is what we like to call these type of people. Okay, this guy bought and flipped his first condo at 21 years old. Did $1 million in real estate his first year in business. A legitimate bull of a human, through and through. Arguably the best man bun in the game. And a great friend of mine because we share the exact same vision in life, Mr. Jay McNabb.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for
coming,
having
man.
me today, man. I really appreciate that.
All the way from Barrie, too.
All the way from Barrie, little old Barrie, down here in the 6.
That's it.
Down here on the famous couch.
The famous couch. This couch is, seen a lot of podcasts. So I need, a lot of people have seen you. You came on the scene hard and quick, And
shout out to Buzz for that. I think, definitely getting on stage there and saying yes to an opportunity might have not been my best speaking performance, but just jumping on and just giving it and bringing that energy and just staying true and staying authentic, I think it kind of really snowballed.
Yeah, and that's where we met too, because you just came up to me right away and you just started like energy, like, hey, I think we're like very similar, like, let's connect. So that's how you are though.
Appreciate it.
Right? So I got to give you kudos for being like that because that speaks to where you've come, But let's get into what you said to me before. You said you want the audience to feel you today, not hear you, right?
Exactly.
So let's give a quick high level of like the mundane stuff of like who you are, the business, stuff like that. Then we're going to get into like how the audience is going to feel you today, okay?
Okay. I love it. So for those of you that don't know me, Jay McNabb, you can follow me on the Instagram, jmcnabb.torogroup. I'm out of Barrie, so north of the GTA. I service Simcoe County. Started in residential real estate. I think I'm in my 5th year right now. Worked for a team when I first got into the industry. The team I worked for, the owner of the team is now my business partner. We're 50-50. We then kind of grew that team, opened Toro Group in about my 2nd year of real estate. So we opened up the team together. We had just 2 agents working with us, so we were a team of 4. And ultimately, right now, we grew that to a team of 15. We're number 1 at our brokerage. I think everyone's number 1 these days, but up at our brokerage, we're number 1 at our brokerage. But I'm trying to compete on the national level. I'm not trying to compete in Simcoe County. I'm not trying to compete in Ontario. So for Canada right now, we're number 13 for units and number 10 for GCI.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Top 10 though.
Yeah.
It's huge.
We're rocking and rolling. So this year's goal and vision, and I'll get into that, we definitely want to try to crack number 5.
And what I like about you and Matt, first off, his name, incredible, right?
I think I bond with a lot of Matts or Matthews. I don't know how it happens, but even on my team, I have another Matthew on my team. So
yeah, it's a good
powerful name, Bible name too.
It is a Bible name. We are a gift of God.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So, what I like your dynamic though. So like, I'll get into this quick. Just how I see these guys. Matt is he's the one executing in the background, right? Putting together systems, the SOPs, right?
The SOPs. He loves that word.
I know.
SOP.
That's why I'm using that word.
when he
Yeah.
found out the word SOP, it's like every meeting or anything we
very
go
military,
through, he just
man.
wants to talk about SOPs.
It's very military.
And then if someone doesn't know what SOPs are, he's like, you don't know what SOPs are?
Yeah.
He's like, I know SOPs. So it's funny.
So he's your integrator. Standard operating procedure.
Yeah.
That's what it means. And then you're like the visionary guy. You're just like out there.
Creative, visionary.
Creating, being loud, being the face. That together is so powerful. So anyone looking to build a business, because I'm learning this right now as well. Don't be scared to just stick to what you're good at, and then partner up with someone who is lacking, like has everything that you're lacking, essentially. You know, because you guys are literally like powering through. You're killing it at a high level, and you're going to be doing it quicker and quicker because you're in your lane, he's in his.
Exactly. And
Powerful.
And it's huge. So again, the Toro group, where that came from, Toro means bull. We're both Taurus. He's born May 13th. I'm born May 9th. And he's 10 years older than me. So exactly 10 years older than me. He's 82. I'm 92. Sorry. He's 81. I'm
born in
91.
81.
Yeah.
He's
born
91 years old.
Born in 81. I'm born in 91. So we have that 10 years difference. And he really gave me balance when I got into this industry, because I just wanted to come in and disrupt.
Yeah.
I'm just a disruptor.
Yeah, you are.
And he kind of really kept me if I was walking that gray line, he really just kind of kept me in check, really had my back, and showed me what means the most to me is that brotherhood, that loyalty, something I've searched for a long time, kind of growing up as an only child. I've always wanted that sense of belonging, and this man gave that to me. And that's why we're partners. That's why I go out every day, and that's why we click so well. We get it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit to who Jay McNabb is. I want before this bull of a man, this guy who's loud, killing it, like literally selling anything that you touch. Essentially, that's how I see you.
For sure.
Because you're like that.
Yeah.
You just mentioned your only child. What was what's that burning fuel behind you? How was early life like for you?
So, and that's a great point. And this is going to be something like I've never shared before.
Perfect.
I've never touched base on it before.
So this is where we put price to sell exclusive right on top.
Exactly.
Everyone knows. Okay, continue.
And when I go back and I think of what is my secret sauce, right? I can get on this couch and I can tell you tips, tricks, but you're going to find those stuff in books.
Yeah.
You can listen to other podcasts. You're going to get all that. But what is my secret sauce? What makes me tick? How did I go out in my first year of real estate and sell 43 homes? How do I stay at that high level, that high performance level? How am I building a team? How have I done this so quick? So I had to really dig deep. And I was looking for what is that? And it kind of brings me back to, I was around, I already even feel my chest going.
Could be the espresso.
No, it's just how real it is. And it's very important that you can dig in and actually feel it. You need to feel it.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I go back and I was like 10, 11 years old, I was living with my mom at the time. My parents were divorced. I had a stepdad.
Same, man. Very similar. Yeah.
And, I thought things were good, right? And I was, sports, playing with the boys, chasing the girls, having fun. And I thought things were good. My mom would go to work and, they stayed up late a lot. And I just didn't really know. I was a young boy. And then my mom's dream was always to open up a restaurant. And I saw my mom achieve that dream. She opened up a restaurant, got that restaurant. And I'm like, life's good as a little boy and whatnot. And then I saw problems start to occur. And long story short, we lost our house. We lost everything. And I didn't understand. And we lost the restaurant. We lost all that. And most importantly, I lost my mom to drugs. The addiction and everything. My mom's still here with me today, but I lost my mom physically to drugs and everything that was happening there as a young boy. And felt very hopeless. And I can go back and I can feel that. It was hopeless, helpless. There was no man. No one standing up. No one telling her what's right and wrong. And everything just got stripped away. And I had to go back and move back in with my dad. And my dad would always come pick me up every other weekend. And he would bring me to sports. And he was there. My dad was very good at sports. Made it to the Hall of Fame for hockey and where he's from. And very good at that. But I was a little bit scared growing up of him, right? My mom was that safe place for me. That was my mom.
Yeah.
And I had to go live with my dad. And I would wait for that one day to be able to go back and live with my mom, right? And I wanted to go back and live with my mom. And as time went on, I'm in school, grade 7, grade 8, kind of time's going by. And my mom kind of ends up getting a new boyfriend. Unfortunately, not the best choice in men. But again, not knowing, and it's not my choice to say, but my mom had a house. She got a house that I could go back and live at, right? She finally got a house, and she wasn't living at other people's house. And I went back to this house, and I got to live at this house, and I was going into grade 9. I got my own basement. I'm like, this is cool. I'm living with my mom. My mom's my best friend. And then I remember coming from home at lunch break, and there was probably like 8 cop cars, SWAT on my street, and my house was raided. And again, the drugs never stopped. I didn't know. My mom went to jail. I didn't know where to go. Called my dad. Obviously, the door was open for me back there with my grandfather as well. And then I lost my mom again for the second time because she went to jail. And this was the biggest thing that I took away from is family's everything. And I watched her family just abandon her, man. Just like leave her out to dry. And I remember going to the family dinners, and they would talk badly about my mom. They would put her down. And I remember sitting at that table, and I told my family, I said, and they had money on my mom's side of the family. They were really well off. And I didn't feel like I belonged. And I looked them all in their eyes, in their big multi-million-dollar mansion. And I said, I'm going to have more than you one day, and I'm going to do it all. And I'm going to give it my all. And I'm never going to let this happen to my mom or anybody around me, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. So when I sit here on this couch today and, I have to dig and I wonder, why is my why? My why is that I'm going to never let something like this happen to my family. I'm never going to let something like this happen to a team member or somebody close to me, because I can dig deep. And I remember those feelings, and I know that I can feel it. My hands are sweating, my heart's beating. And that passion and that fuel and that why that tingles my cheeks right now when I speak of it is what drives me to this day, man. It's what pushes me that extra mile. It is my secret sauce, and I'm thankful for it. And most importantly, I'm thankful for the relationship me and my mom have to this day. We're best friends. My mom's 10 years sober. I bought my mom a house. I'd done everything I set out to do to make sure my mom's blessed and I could be that man I wanted to be, but that I couldn't when I was a young boy. And I'm so thankful for my family. I'm so thankful for where I'm at. And I'm so thankful that I can actually understand my why and my vision.
That's amazing, man. Wow, I know a lot about you.
It's huge, man. And
Yeah.
I encourage people, and I asked my team this 2 meetings ago in our team meeting, and we went around. And I asked everyone, why are you in real estate? What's your why? Because it's very important. If we can tap into that emotion, tap into that feeling. And anybody listening out there, if you have some past pain, turn it into purpose and dig deep and be curious of that feeling. What is that feeling? And use it as motivation, use it as inspiration. Because there's somebody out there right now that wants to hear it. And there's somebody out there right now that needs this.
Yeah. Yeah, paint the passion. Huge.
Yeah.
Would you change anything if you can go back? How this all unfolded? Would you change it?
I honestly wouldn't.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't. And I've thought of that sometimes, some bumps, some hiccups and stuff. Would you go back and change it? But I'm very happy of the man I turned out to be. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm that type of guy. I would love somebody like me in their corner. I would love somebody like me to be their best friend. So I walk that life. I am that loyal guy. I'm to somebody what I would want them to be to me. And I stay true to that. And I hear you say it a lot, and I respect you for that. And that's why me and you click so much, man. I can see it in you, and I feel it in you. Not even just see it. I feel it. And it's that integrity. You know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what you stand for. And when you can know those things and you believe in those things and you stay true to those things, You don't need to please everyone. But the people you do please are going to be your riders, going to be your cheerleaders, and they're going to rock out with you to the end.
Yeah, big time, man. You know, and I share similar, like, you know, I grew up only child, divorced parents, same thing. And my goal, you're one step ahead, but one of mine is, and one of my burning desires is to buy my mom a house too, you know? Very similar parallels, I would say.
Probably shocks you.
Yeah, for sure, man. But it's an incredible story. I hope, you know, a lot of people can take from that, because there's not many, like, there's two ways you can go from that. Either you just succumb to all of that and just take the L, essentially, and just go down a slippery slope into more of that, or you take it by the horns.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Right? Take the bull by the horns. And it's like, I'm going to change this path moving forward. It's on me now.
I love it. Yeah.
It's up to me now. So, yeah, kudos for you, because now we fast forward, absolutely crushing it. You buy your mom a house. You're destined for, and it's something I'll talk about with you later, but like, who knows what you're going to do? You probably don't know what you're going to do.
I honestly don't. I don't.
You know, like, you probably don't, your mind is probably so open to opportunity that, like, right now you're in real estate and you're crushing it, but like, do you see yourself always selling real estate? Like, where, you know?
And that's the thing. And it's funny you say that, because I think the masses, their mind, their brain sees opportunity on like Black Friday. My brain is wired right now to see opportunities every day.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm constantly looking and searching for opportunities. I'm a strong believer in always saying yes, even if you're uncomfortable, it's new, it feels a little off. Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself to put yourself out there. Challenge yourself to be authentic. Challenge yourself to be true to who you are, because I think there's somebody out there just waiting to either hear you or run into you.
For sure. What was your biggest failure?
My biggest failure that I don't regret would be getting fired from 2 jobs.
At the same time?
No, that'd be cool. But I think I spoke about this on another pod one time, was kind of when I came out of college, I went into a marketing background role. So I was doing marketing for a big company, doing all that, ended up getting canned. Best thing that happened to me, because that opened up a door for me to go work for a developer. So I went and worked for that developer, sold out 2 developments on my own, just hit the ground running. So all these condos with no help and no background real estate experience and no real estate license, because you don't need a license to work for a builder and sell pre-construction. I went to the development meeting the next day once everything was sold out, and I put in all this work, and they're like, yeah, can you hand in your phone and your laptop? So again, just going back, I wanted to take charge of my life, be in control. As a young boy, I wasn't in control. Coming out of school and working for people, I wasn't in control. I have the grind, I have the loyalty, I have the knowledge, I have the passion, but I'm not in control. So I wanted to put myself into a position that I could be in control. Not because I'm this power tripper, I want to be controlled. I'm sick of having the fucking rug pulled out from under me.
Yeah, it's true.
And that was the big difference that I wanted to shift in my life, is I need to make sure this foundation is not going to get rocked anymore. So I've built the Toro Group like that.
Do you think, like, you know, not everyone thinks that way. What do you think are like some traits that the entrepreneur embodies? Because some people don't have that self belief, right? That they just create their own thing, and they never want to experience that again. Like they're in that comfort, you know?
Yep.
Maybe there's people who are trying to break out of that comfort, but they're still scared. It's like, what would you say to those people?
So what I would say to those people is, you got to believe. And this kind of brings me back to a story I stumbled across kind of when I was just on YouTube planning a team meeting, just getting some inspiration. And I heard this story, and it was these frogs hopping through the woods, and they were hopping through the woods, having a great day, and the ground separated, broke apart, and 2 of the frogs fell down into a hole. They were freaking out, panicking. When they hit the ground, they realized how far they fell. And they looked up and they saw the other 2 frogs, and they're just like, okay, let's just hop, try to get out. Well, obviously they were so far down this hole, they couldn't kind of get out. The frogs up top said, hey guys, just give up. It's over. Unfortunately, like, I know it sucks. I know it's sad, but you're not going to get out of this hole. They kept hopping. One frog kept hopping, fell even deeper. He decided, you know what? I give up. You're right. Dead. Moved on. The one frog just kept hopping. He ended up getting out of the hole. The other frogs went up to that frog and they said, hey man, you didn't hear us? Like, we were telling you this was over. Like, what were you doing? And the frog didn't reply because the frog was deaf. Sometimes you need to block out the outside noise. You need to dig deep, back to the why, and stay true to yourself and just never give up. So there's certain reasons why I don't watch the news all the time. There's certain reasons why I block out noise. There's certain reasons why I block out people and their energy to protect mine. It's not because I don't want to know, or it's not because I'm ignorant to it. I just believe so deeply in myself and how high I can jump. I don't want to be clogged by someone else's opinion. So to your point, stay true to yourself, stay authentic, dig deep, believe, and a core root of an entrepreneur is believing in themselves, not giving up. That frog didn't give up. Be the frog, be the deaf frog.
There was a day actually recently when I was like, I wish I was a frog. So thank you for that.
No problem, man.
I'm going to just try and be that frog again later.
Be that frog, bro.
But what do you think? So you're obviously in a leadership role now.
Correct.
Do you ever see yourself being here?
I always knew I was a leader. So
Okay.
I always loved sports,
Yeah.
hockey, baseball, high competitive, and I was always like the captain. But on the sports teams, and what I'm really dialing into now this year, and I'm happy that you brought this up, because I'm actually being a true leader this year. I always thought I was a leader, last year, the year before, and I'm looking at myself, I wasn't leading properly. I'm actually leading by example, being a real leader, leading with love, compassion, understanding, not trying to be understood, and I'm leading. So I always knew I'd be a leader. I didn't know I would be able to be this good of a leader in a different way, because I knew how to be a leader with fear, grind, grit, and telling people and dictating instead of understanding and leading with love. So on to that. If you guys want to get out your pens, take down, I'll give you a little tip tool. So what I said I wouldn't do, but I'll give you a tip tool. So one thing I'm practicing with the team right now is 5 ways to kind of elevate communication as a leader. So I want you to evaluate, where are you in this communication? Where do you fall in? And what level are you at? Because we can take it up a notch. And this is what I'm saying for 2024. It's great that you're doing it. It's great you're doing your team meetings every weekend. But, you know, you got the consistency down. That's amazing when you're going to the gym. But you need to add a little bit of weight. So let's rip the muscle again. Yeah. So let's try to go up a notch. So step 1 is what we do as leaders. We tell people what we did. You know, we just go and do it, actually. We go out and do it. Step 1 is we just do it. We don't wait around, we just do it. Step 2 of communicating with people, and usually the high I personalities do this, is we tell people why we did something. So a lot of storytelling in meetings, like, I did this because I did this because. And then there's step 3. A lot of people use this communication skill, is they'll tell people what they did or where they're going to go, and then they'll give them the rationale behind it, why we're doing this. Okay, it's a great way. Why we did this and why, what we're doing and why. And then there's step 4. This is huge. Okay, this is where it gives. This is the gap. Is we tell people what we're going to do and where we're going to go. We give them the rationale behind it, and then we ask for feedback. So that collaboration in the office. Yeah. Okay. Now you get people included, but this is where people stop and they don't go to that extra step. Step 5, mastery. You want to be a master? Mastery is, we tell our vision, we say where we're going to go. We say why we're going to go. So we give the rationale behind it. We then ask for feedback. So, you know, we always have those people in the teams always giving feedback. They, you know, that high D personality, high I. But then you want to ask the people that are always quiet. Those are your steady people. Those are your systematic people. Get them to contribute. Hear what they have to say. And you take that information and then you direct where we're going to go. That's mastery. So I'm really focused on that. And any leaders out there or people running team meetings, dial into that. See where you're at now and see if you can just kind of get a level up and get people in that meeting really, really collaborating.
Nice.
It's been working for me.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see you, you're grown
Yep.
more and more, you know?
Appreciate
Like
it.
you're consistently on that path. So again, big kudos to you. And people will definitely be feeling the energy from the mic. Interesting question for you.
Yep.
If you could enter into a room right now and sit down with one person of any time in history, who is it? How long do you need with them? And what are you trying to extract from them? Any person in history.
That's a good one, man. That's a really good one. I'm gonna say Tupac.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
say Tupac. It just comes
Thug
into my
life.
head.
Let's go.
Thug life. Yeah. I feel he was just lyrically ahead of his time. I feel he was very misunderstood. And I feel he was just dealing with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just want to pick his brain. Where was his vision? Where did he see this life going?
Yeah.
Because obviously what we've seen or whatnot, you can kind of see the outcome before the outcome even happened. Where did he want to take this? And again, we never rehearsed questions or anything like this. So this is just off the fly, and his name just kind of popped into my brain right now. I'd want to see how that thug life mentality was he really embodying that, or was he just having to live that way to survive? Was that a defense mechanism?
So you're more interested in unpacking his brain, essentially.
I want to unpack it all. Exactly.
True. Yeah, he's interesting, man. And do you think he's still alive or no?
I don't get into conspiracy stuff. I'm not saying. I'm staying neutral.
That's an interesting one, though. I would never have thought about that. That's cool. It's cool. What is the best advice you've ever received?
Well, I really like right now, because I'm really focused on inner peace. That's one of my top 5 values right now. So I'm getting some great advice, and I'm doing some work right now. And one of the things I really like that sits with me well is try to understand, not be understood. So try to understand, not just always try to be understood. And I just kind of be curious, ask people. And I just had a conversation on the way down here with a gentleman that owns a big team. They do, launches. They work for builders and whatnot. And this one builder is taking a while to pay out some commissions. Okay. I'm not really focused on that because I have a lot of other stuff coming in. I understand it will eventually come. But there's other people that are reaching out to me and asking me what's going on, so I have to then reach out. So just understanding, other people have bills to pay. Maybe they need this to pay their rent. Maybe they need this to put food on the table for their family. So instead of we'll be there when it be there, understanding, okay, they need this. Mm-hmm. So then with me, with the respect and the connection, I can call and I can communicate this to higher up and saying, hey, I understand what's happening, but 99% of the people that maybe are waiting on this check don't. Mm-hmm. So maybe it would be beneficial to, send out an email or send out something and let people know what's happening with the process.
Yeah.
Because this is creating a negative vibe.
For sure. Yeah.
So again, just every situation, try to understand it. Mm-hmm. It's that other little saying, put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yeah, huge.
But, really just understand somebody and see where they're coming from. Because you don't know what happened in their morning. You don't know what's happened in their day. And just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
And I think if we all always be mindful of each other, we could all be rocking and flow.
Yeah, that's the awareness.
Yep. That is the awareness.
It's huge. Just take a pause for a second and try to understand. I'm like that too. I try my best to be like that versus just judging right away or coming to a conclusion. And once I've gone through that process, and then I can comfortably and come up with a conclusion better. So I do agree. And my last question for you, my friend, would be if you could go back in time and walk up to...
I thought you were going to ask me who my favorite superhero is there or something.
It's you, Jay McNabb,
Let's go.
right? Or Matt Campoli.
So back in time. Let's hear this.
Back in
one.
time, you're on your old street.
Okay.
You see the cop cars, the SWAT, and you see little Jay walking home, understanding what's going on. Jay just realized what happened. You have the ability of Jay now to go up to a younger Jay, walk up to him. What do you tell him?
Trust the process. Trust the process, little man. And I'd give him a big hug.
Yeah.
I'd give him a big hug. I'm going to say, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Because sometimes just those words and that comfort from somebody you respect or admire, that it's going to be all right, creates that safety net for you to go out and try something that maybe you thought was impossible because you're not scared to fail or fall.
That backbone.
Exactly.
I love it, man. Very similar. So, thank you.
No problem. Brother.
Powerful pod, I would say. You went deep, so thank you for sharing. To everyone that's out there that now wants more of Jay, where can they find you?
Follow me. I'm big on Instagram, jaymcnabb.torogroup. I'm on there. I have Facebook, but I'm not really active on Facebook. I don't run the Facebook. The Instagram, I actually personally run. So I would message you back, follow you back. I'm running that still. Organic.
Amazing. And don't try and do business in Barrie because he has it all. But to all the fans out there, you guys rock. Hope you guys have been enjoying the season so far. It's only going to get bigger and better as we go. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Stop everything you're doing right now and do that, like I said in the beginning, or I'll find you.
I appreciate you all. Thank you for listening. And keep rocking, keep smiling, keep being you.
Keep rocking, keep smiling. We'll see you guys in the next one.